everyone, welcome to another conversation session here at House of Maharrani. To those of you who are new here, welcome home. My name is Raisha. I talk about life and everything in between. I focus specifically on women well-being. So without further ado, let's get started. Today the topic is taking the time for your well-being, to focus on your well-being. And before I start on this topic, I just wanted you all to know that I had started a conversation session on in person every Wednesday, and unfortunately I'll have to cancel it because I need to focus on other priorities in my life at the moment. And I shall start it back up again, and when I do, I will let you all know. But to those of you who have shown interest, just wanted to let you know, thank you. And of course I will be talking about the same topics that I mentioned or have announced on this month on my Instagram page. So it's going to be every week here on YouTube. And that's the topic for today, which is how to focus or make time for your personal well-being. As I have spoken about the importance of well-being throughout my channel up until this time, emphasizing that well-being has to become the number one priority in your life, because your well-being, if it's not good, then it impacts all aspects of your life. The second most important thing is making your time the most valuable thing in your life. And once you realize the importance of time and how valuable it is, then your automatic response to that would be, how can I invest my time? You'll start looking at your time as your investment, and you'll start taking the decisions and the choices in order to use or make use of your time as investing it. And when you invest in your well-being, it only adds to your life, because when your well-being is not good, right, it impacts all aspects of your life. So the automatic thought process, or the automatic process to these two things, or making well-being your priority and understanding the value of time, will make you take and make decisions accordingly. Another thing that I would like to add is, taking up hobbies, really putting your time in being creative and being, imaginative, and putting your time in imagination as well. I think that brings a lot of, I personally feel, adds a lot to your life and to your well-being. And the reason why I say it is because, growing up, I feel like the way our education system is set up, it's very much focused on being rational, focused on being logical, right? But we need to give the time and space to ourselves and our mind to also be creative and also be generative and imagine things, because that's where our ideas are going to come from. That's where solutions are going to come from, and that can happen when you take the time to put your focus on just doing things, like planting, like connecting with nature. Like that's like number one thing for me personally, and I would also give that suggestion and that advice to anyone who's looking to focus on their well-being, is take the time to connect with nature, be outside. We are nature innately. Our consistent spiritual desire, it is to be one with nature. Take the time to just, coloring. I mean, look at the painting. It doesn't have to be, there doesn't need to be an outcome always, but just the feeling and how it adds to your energy is what you would need to focus on in order to take the time to give yourself, or give your well-being the time. Take up activities that you wanted to do when you were a child. Like, that's another thing, is like connecting with your inner child is also so important, because I remember growing up, we were mostly told to be academically inclined, like just focus on books and like study and just the curriculum itself. But if you wanted to be creative, if you wanted to go outside of your curriculum, which is extracurricular activities, then that was just not encouraged. And I feel like that was just the time and the generation before us, because for them that was very important. And I feel that as millennials, we have gone through this process of like doing things stepwise and checking the boxes, but somewhere in between we have lost the connection with our creative side, and that needs to come out. And as you bring that out in your life, as you bring that out from within you, put your focus on doing things just for the sake of, because it brings you happiness, because it brings you joy, because it adds to your energy. It doesn't need to be like something needs to come out of it, like it has to be productive. Like, oh, you're painting, like, well, what's the point of painting? Well, guess what, it's like, it's on my wall, that's what makes me happy. All of the paintings that I've done have come from this place of my imagination, of like what I wanted to pour into the canvas, and it has been nothing but pure joy, and that's why I put it up on my wall. And seeing them just brings me happiness, that it's something that I produced for myself, not for anybody else, but for myself. And that has to become your mindset. That has to become this consistent desire of adding to your energy. And that's how you will be able to make time for yourself. That's how you'll be able to give yourself the time to focus on your well-being. The consistent process has to be to where you are making changes in your life, you are making decisions and choices in your life, because you know that overall, in the long run, that it is bringing you, it's adding to your life. And once you start looking at things from that perspective, it will become easier to make the time and take the time to focus on your well-being. I didn't want to talk about the activities, because of course I've talked about activities a lot, but just to plug it in at the end, meditate. Like, taking the time to connect with yourself is the most important when it comes to your well-being. So that's also another aspect. But as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, is make your well-being the number one priority, and start looking at your time as the most valuable thing in your life. And once you connect these two, then making the decision to take time for your well-being is going to become automatic. And yeah, meditation, go for walks, move your body. Movement, meditation, and mindfulness is key. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please let me know. You can email me at houseofmaharani@gmail.com. You can of course put it down, put down your thoughts and your stories on the comments as well. I understand that putting it out on the comments at times is being too vulnerable, but as I mentioned, you can always email me and we can have an exchange and really try to understand how can we go about supporting one another as we move through this journey of change, healing, and growth. So next week I am going to talk about professional well-being, taking the time for your professional well-being. And professional well-being is, of course, very specific, because it's adding to your career, it's adding to your learning new skills. So there are a lot of scientific methods that are out there that you can use. There's one that I use as well, and I'm going to share that with you all. And with that, I am going to end this video. Until next time, take care, love yourself, be the Maharani of your life, be kind to yourself, and rule your life with love and kindness. Until next time, take care. Bye.